Okay, we'll start, right? So what we do, okay, can you go to create a new class, payloads? Create a new class now, okay, payloads. Now what we do is we'll create a method and we'll keep the body now. Okay. Now, right, we'll copy the body now. Go to payloads and keep the body outside in a separate class. Okay. Okay. Now, right, this body will pass there in our code. Okay. Let's get author. Like that, we'll keep for put right also. So what body we want to pass in our code, we can keep outside. Okay. So for all the three things, right? Post, put, and delete. Slowly, we are building a framework now. Okay. We'll get the ID there. Yeah, we'll go there. Go to the code now. Okay. Now what we'll do is, yeah, put extends payload. So what you want, that method name we'll call here. Put place, put author by the. So the same code yesterday we wrote, right? Rest assured base URI, the URI rest assured dot given log all body, and we just calling the method which we created there in your payload. Okay. So this is a method, right? That we are calling there. Okay. Okay. Now what we do is we are updating our ID and our author name, new author, new name. So what we do is we are updating right your ID, your ID under author name. Okay. Put means you are going to update, right? You are going to update and check now. Okay. So that body we are pasting here. Okay. Okay. Now can you run the code? Okay. So you got the body, right? And you got the body and check it. No, it's not updated. New author, new name. No, no, it's not updated. I change it to some 8. Right. Updated, right? Yesterday we deleted 7. That's why it's not, that ID is not there. That's why that error came. Okay. Now if I give ID 8 and author, new name, okay, you see, right? You get a response, okay, and you get right message data updated successfully. So what we did is yesterday the same code we should did, but the body instead of passing inside hard coding in the code, we kept outside in the separate class that you are calling here. Okay, so this is the this is what you saw now. Okay, can you call that in again, right? Delete and see, delete and post and see. Can you extend the payloads and can you do it? Check the method name, delete author, right? Yeah, now it went, right? Yeah, yeah. Delete author. Check a return type in delete author. It's string, right? Now you change it to 8, no? 8, 8, ID 8. Now try. Fine, fine. Okay. Okay. Now you run it. Okay. Post deleted successfully. Okay. So this is how I should do for the delete also. Okay. Now you go for the post. Post again. Post also you do it, right? This body also you pass. Post author. Can you change the basic class to your payload? Change the basic class name to your post. Okay, you got now, right? Data insert success. Okay, so you got the post message now also. Okay, so right, this is how we should do. That's why. So what we saw here is, okay. So we kept the right the body outside in a separate class and we call it a step. Okay, this is one way, and we'll see the other way also later in our future classes. Okay, there are 3 ways. Okay, so the next way we'll see in the future classes. Okay, now what we do is we'll see the log, keeping the log, right, generating a log in our project structure, right? So how to generate a log? in our project structure. Normally, we'll have a log file here, right? And we get the log file in our Selenium. When we learn Selenium, we generated logs, right? Same thing we can do here in the REST sheet also. Okay. Now you write, right? Public void create log. REST assured dot base. We'll give the base URI. Yeah. I give the base URI. Copy the code and copy the URI and paste it. Dot given. We can copy the code which is there in the previous class and paste it. Not writing. No, we already saw this one. We just copy the code from the previous class and paste it. Okay, the same code, right? Rest issue dot given, right? And log all. Okay, it's the log all and body. Okay, and the post author is a method which we have that right body, and we give when, and we in that we have the post, right? Post method will give that right resource. Okay, then and log all, right? The status. Okay. Now what we are going to do is we are going to log the results here. Okay, the requesting logger filter dot, right, log request to new thing. And we'll give the file name where we want to generate our log, right? What is the path name? So you can go and create one log file in our project structure. Log file. So what will do this log file where our logs will be stored. So this copy file name will paste there in the log. Okay, so we create one right reference log where we store all our logs here. Okay, log.txt. Okay, so all the logs should be generated and be kept in this file. Okay, and log equals to the log. So what we can do is we can log the right response and also the request. Both it can be logged. So not only your request, both your response also can be logged here. Okay. So first we'll log the request. Okay. If you go to the previous console, your request and both the response both will be logged. So you can log both your response and also the right request into your like log.txt. Okay. First will be a request, then will be a response. First you run this code. Right. Go to the refresh the project and see in the log file. Can you refresh it? Now you got the log.txt, right? So you got the right. You got the request now. Okay. And this is your response. So you can write log your results to one separate file here. Okay. Now, right. So you got that right. So this is how you can log your results to a separate file. Right. The same thing what you get in a console, we can log our results to the separate file. Okay. So this is how. This is one way of generating a log. Okay. Same thing you can do for the other things, right? Put, update, post, everything. Okay. Can you just copy and change it just for put and post and edit? Can you copy this line and you can copy and paste it and you can log the result. So same thing we are going giving for the put request also. So put request and response will be logged here. Okay, so this is for put. Okay, now run it. Okay, now data updated successfully. Okay, so this is how we can log your results also. Okay, to a separate file. Same thing like what we did in our Selenium. Okay, so we can slowly bring in a report also on logger report. We saw right. Same thing, right? Slowly we can do all these things in our spreadsheet also. We saw it's Selenium, right? We generate a report. Same thing we can do here. Okay, so this is how we can do. Okay. Okay, we can have a separate class now. Okay, API resource. So to keep our resources outside in a separate class. Okay, so what we so the resources normally right it won't change right. So right once the resources will not be changing frequently. That's why we are keeping as an enum class. Okay, so we'll keep all our resources here in the enum class. Okay, so like for example, right our post, delete, right, put everything, right? So all our resources will keep in this enum class. Can you okay? So can you copy that and paste all the resources here? Okay, we'll store it in a reference. Put author. The first one is delete, right? Delete. We'll give it a double quotes. The next one is update. Okay, then next one is get and your post. Satish, you remove the double quotes before delete author. The resource should be in double quotes. No, you remove the resource, right? Resource you keep in double quotes. Yeah, double quotes should be within the method. Inside the bracket, you should have double quotes. Now you create a method, no? First you create a constructor, okay? Then you create a method. API resource, string resource, right? This dot resource equal to resource. Private string resource. Private string, it returns string, no? Now this dot resource equal to resource. Now we are getting, you create a method public string get resource. So what we are going to do is we are going to get the resource from this class and you are going to pass that in our right here at test code. So for example, if you give a delete author in there and this resource will be called here, and if you give update author, this will be called or get author. So we'll see in this framework also, right? In framework, right? If you do Cucumber, right, future file, if I use one right keyword, right, delete author, then this right resource will be called or update, right? So when in there in future file, we just call this method, then this one will be called. Just it's an easy way. No need to write code for each, right? Delete, update, no need to do. Just create in a separate class and call to a script, right? Same thing which we do. This will do slowly with VDD. Okay, in Cucumber we'll do it. That when we do it, and this class really plays a very important vital role. Okay, but we'll call that to our like code now. You just copy the code and paste, right? Copy the URI also. 12th line. Extends, right? API resource. Say note first. Given attest before at 7th line, 6th line, given attest, test and attest. Equal to new API resource. Value of a string. Okay, now right, we'll call that right API resource here, API resource. Okay, you create an object method equal to new API resource, right? Dot value of string post author semicolon, and we call that right method now, right? The object which we created, right? Method, right? Reference which we created method dot get resource. So we are say what we are doing is okay. So we are creating a method and calling the method from the enum class. Okay, so in enum class we created right post author that we created. Okay, right? We set it right get resource, right? We get resource this resource, right? The current object, the current right class resource, right? API insert PHP. This resource we are getting and storing it in a right reference resource. That with the help of that reference resource, we are calling that method here. Okay, in the method here we are getting okay with the help of value of that method name. Okay, and in your 18th line, if you see right, the method object which you the reference which you created method dot get resource. The get resource method is the method which we created in the API resource. That will get the right the resource, right? What resource, right? Insert PHP, that resource it will get and it will pass here. Now can we run the code now? Okay, insert successfully, right? So this is how you should do. Okay, so we'll stop this session. The remaining we'll see from tomorrow. Okay, so thank you guys.